Merry Christmas, everybody. With this video, I'm going to teach you how to wrap a present. For some of you, that may not be the easiest thing in the world, but after this simple demonstration video, you will never have to use a mall wrapping station again. So, to start off, there are many different ways that you can wrap a present. There's many different styles, and many different cultures do it different ways. So, to start off, we'll talk a little bit about actual wrapping. So, according to the Clean Air Council, the United States generates an additional 5 million tons of waste over the Christmas gift-giving season. 4 million tons of this is wrapping paper and shopping bags. So, that's a lot. In Japan, actually, they have a lot of the same methods, but to be a little more earth-friendly, they use a traditional cloth wrapping called furoshiki, and it's very earth-friendly, and they really like it because really you can reuse it, and you don't have to worry about ripping the paper. It's like, oh, I want to save it. So you don't really need to worry about that. And another different cultural kind of thing, in Chinese culture, if you wrap something in red, no matter like if it's a bag or a present or bows or whatever, it's considered any kind of luck. So, like I said, it's a whole bunch of different ways in different cultures and how they do it. But like I said, we're going to do it the way I like it. So we're going to start by grabbing what you need, which is going to be some wrapping paper, of course. I chose reindeer because, number one, they're cute. Number two, it's almost Christmas. And, of course, you're going to need your item or your box, whatever you're going to be wrapping. You're going to need a pair of scissors and a roll of clear tape. And then, it's optional, but I like to add some ribbon and a bow at the end. So, we want to start by clearing off our workspace, because that's an important part of what we're doing, because you need a lot of room to do this. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look right here. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have the right amount of wrapping paper. Well, actually, we want to make sure the box is upside down, because if it's not, then you're going to have the ugly side on top, and that's going to be gross. So the sides that we're going to bring in and tape down in the middle, those are going to be our longer sides, and then we're going to have some shorter sides where we're going to fold them in. So I'll start by taking about 3 inches on each of the short sides. Cut that off. Okay, so I've got that much. Now I'm just going to wrap this side up about halfway, and I'm going to eyeball it and just kind of get a mirror image of that on the other side. Okay, I'll do a quick check on that. Looks like it fits. So we'll put the rest of our wrapping paper off to the side, and then we'll wrap up the long sides of the wrapping paper onto the bottom of the box. We want it to meet about in the middle. See, I don't like to ever put the tape on the box, because then you just rip the box when you're opening it up, and I just like to do it right on top of the paper, right like that. So then you're going to take one of your sides, and you're just going to fold them in like that. And you want to be really careful about how much wrapping paper you use, because if you don't use enough, it's just going to look kind of like boxish on the side, not very good. But if you use too much, it's going to start to look like clumpy, and the corners aren't going to look very nice, and you're just not going to like the way it looks. So we're going to start by making it look like this and folding the corners in, and just crisping those out. So once you have that, you just push right on the edge here, and you bring it right down to the base of the box. You flatten that out, and you can pull it over a little bit too, like I am here. And then no matter what, you should end up with a little triangle right on the edge. Sometimes it won't always be perfect, but that's okay. Okay, so now I'm not going to wrap that side up right away. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this side and I'm going to do the same thing. And I'll tell you why in just a little bit. So we're just going to fold these up just like we did on the other side. Wrap those guys in. Okay, so now that we've got both sides are the same, we're just going to flip it like this so that it folds in the other side, and I have some more leverage to put the tape on my edge right here. So I'll grab some tape and I'll tape down that side, and because I flipped my box up, this side has already been bent for me, so all I have to do is throw a piece of tape down there. Okay. So then you just want to check and make sure you don't have anything popping up. You just want to throw another piece of tape or two down just to make sure everything looks okay. Okay, so then your present will look like this. What I like to do is I just like to take my fingers and go across the edges like that, because it just gives a nice crisp look to the gift. So that's good enough for me, but what I personally like to do is add some ribbon just to flare it up. So we'll take a decent amount of ribbon. Okay. Once we've got that all cut, I'm going to put my bow in the middle, so I'll just take my ribbon and go straight down the center and make it kind of cut it in half like that. Then flip the box over so that the box is on top of our string. Then we want to make sure that they are the same length, so we'll just kind of pull them up and check. Then we pull them so that now they're going in the opposite direction of which they came. And you just want to make sure the ribbon makes a perfect center on your present, because that's what it's going to look like on the top. Unless you want it off to the side, then you can put it off to the side. So now you bring these up from the bottom, and you just kind of line them up with the string from the top from when you first started it. And you'll probably need somebody else to come and you'll use their fingers so that you can tie it. And you just tie it like a double knot. But I normally just use my own fingers, so let's see if I can today. You know, you never know. There we go. Sometimes you gotta switch hands up, but sometimes it can be pretty difficult to use your own hands. Okay, so once we get that, then we just want to make sure these are still the same size, not too long. And they're still hanging down, so what we'll do is we'll just take our scissors from before, and we'll curl those guys up. See. Okay, so now we've got those. We just want to plop a bow, right like this, right dab in the middle of the intersection between the two parts of the ribbon. Then your present will end up looking just like this. So now our holiday gift is complete, as you can see right here. Like I said, there are many different ways of doing it, many different styles, many different cultures, you know. There's a lot of different ways to do it. This, personally, is my favorite. This is the kind I choose for all my Christmas and birthday presents that I wrap. And you just gotta remember, you just bring it up on both sides, you fold in the corners, you gotta check for any loose ends, you wrap the string, and then you put the bow right where you want it. And then, once you get to that point, you're all set. So, I'd just like to say it that after you know how to be a wrap master just like I am, then you will never have to deal with your crummy wrapping ever again.